What's up, everybody? This is Vincent Tsung, the Wandering Warrior, and today I want to talk about that ball head Warclub and body mechanics and cool things that you can do. And today my wife is going to help me out. So guys, real quick, just as a review, the ball head Warclub, the Magan, sometimes called Tomahawk, it's an indigenous weapon of North America's eastern woodlands, and the native peoples, the native warriors, use this to great effect against one another as well as against colonists. So this weapon, just to check its properties, the point of balance is right around here, which means it's very close to the striking end. That means that either maintaining that potential energy so that you can strike down with great effect, or maintaining momentum is very important for using this weapon. Holding it in front like this, as if you're using a cutlass or a rapier or a small sword, is really not ideal use for this type of weapon. The ideal scenario is essentially hit and don't get hit, and spend as little time parrying as necessary. Not that there isn't any. So undoubtedly there would have been many different traditions on how to use this weapon, right? Each individual may have had their own style developed over the course of their warfare careers, and every region, every tribe, every nation may have had its own take on the thing. There are different models for a reason. There are short, stubby ones, there are really long ones, there are lighter ones, there are ones that are extremely heavy, 2 pounds, with a ball about a 4-inch diameter. There's a whole variety. There's some with a grip carved in so that your hand stays in there. There's others where your hand can slide, right? There's some that can accommodate 2 hands. There's some that can only accommodate 1. So I don't want to overgeneralize and say that there is just one overarching way to use this weapon. That's not true. However, there are certain properties to the weapon that dictate how it's best to be used, and within that can be a lot of variation. Reach out and hit. Okay. All right. Back. Go this. So now, the cool trick I can do is if I'm here, and then this is arm, this is chambering, this is chambering and swinging the arm back, and this is chambering and swinging the arm back and stepping in. Boom. Alright, so I can go 1, miss, chamber, 2, hit, 3, hit. Right. So I go from just here to here. Much more range. So why don't you try it out?
So there's that?
Yep. And then chamber it. Bang. And then now swing that arm back.
This one?
Yep. And then now lunge. That's a lot of reach. Alright? That becomes super important. I'm standing here. Boom. I swing. Swing. This is not good for me, right? Now you can say, oh, I'm going to get this out of the way. Hit. That's true. But you saw there, I was still short. If I just use my arm. If I also chamber, now I can hit. But she's going to retract. She's going to step back, right? So as I come in, and that pull and push, that extension, is also helping me with this. So if she stabs at me, I'm here, I pull and throw. Even if she were to step back and try to escape, I have quite a bit of reach. So again, swing towards my head, swing towards my head, swing towards my head. Oh, you can't. So I gotta find the tangent in your circle, in your reach. And once I'm here, right, you swing, miss, but if I swing, get out of the way. Kind of weird, right? where I can touch you, you can't touch me. So swing. Swing.
Because you also have longer arms than me too.
Not just that. So let's do an experiment. We do the same thing. So you stand over here. Okay. You just, right. I'm here, and I can hit you from here. Mm-hmm. Right, so you move over a little bit. Right. Move over a little bit. Now reach out.
Oops, sorry.
But I can't
Yeah.
reach you. Interesting, right? We have just swinging from the arm. We have chambering. We have chambering and throwing the free hand back. And we have obviously lunging forward to bring our body closer, right? Leaning is a little risky. If you miss, you're off balance. If you miss, you might get wrestled and snapped down, and then boom, dead, right? But here's another trick. We've been doing forehand strikes. What if I use backhand? Watch this. You just stand. I'm here. As I swing, miss, chamber. Oh, getting closer. Chamber and throw my arm all the way back. Bang. Now step just outside of that range. Right? Now I'm gonna go rear hand. Right? So boom. Right. Chamber. Boom. Extend. But just outside of here. Versus here. Here. Versus here. See? So you can imagine a scenario where I'm going to use one attack and then the other. Slightly shorter, longer. Right? I'm going to sink and expand. But in order to keep myself safe, and so that I don't actually have to do any defensive motions, I can just use my footwork, I'm going to step to that special angle, that special tangent of her arc, where it's really hard for her to hit me, but it's really easy for me to hit her. Right? So imagine we've got clubs here. I come in, ready to attack. So if I go right or left in this scenario, if I go right, I'm dealing not only with her club, but also her hand. So whatever I do needs to account for that, right? If I come in and she just steps in and grabs my wrist, I didn't account for this, right? So in that scenario, if I choose to go right, I need to be prepared for both her swing and her grapple. So how do I do that? Well, I might short stroke, right? So as she tries to grab, short stroke, right? I can also go left to right. For example, I come in here, immediately shift to this side. If she were to swing at me right now, it'd be very easy for me to deflect, hit. But she knows that. So she's not gonna just do that, right? So as I shift to her to this side and she goes to match me, cover this side and just bing. Bing, she's stunned, pop. In a more fluid way, I can actually advance from the right and then immediately go left as soon as I have her commitment. See, as soon as I came in the right, it got a commitment, and because of my club being in front like this, it's easy for me to change directions. And I'm just gonna do a subtle shift of the hips as I come in, right? Boom, boom, and I'm there. If I'm here, where would you go? Where's that zone where I can't hit you? Yeah. So her knowing that this is my posture, she stepped over there where I can't hit her, but she can hit me. Right? The nice thing about this is I can sink and rise from this posture. So let's just say I know she's taking an angle that is relatively safe for her. And even if I step through, she can step through the other way as I do that. Right? And she knows to do that because this is a big movement. There's a certain amount of predictability. The more I bias my own posture, the more my options are limited, even though they're powerful. But because I know she knows, I might begin to swing, and as she prepares to defend herself with that free hand, that's where I instead rise up and finish. So as you can imagine, that long game is going to require more posturing and throwing that intention out, causing doubt or panic. And as soon as they do that thing that they think they're supposed to do, right, you punish them for it. Anyways, round of applause for my wife. Guys, try that out. Try out the swing from the arm, swing from a chambered position, and then throwing your rear hand back to really get that full range of motion, full range, full reach. And try that dead angle, try that tangent to their arc to see if you can touch them and they can't touch you. These are just some fun tricks that you can use so that you don't actually ever need to use defensive movements as you enter. Not that those are wrong. This is just another way to play the game. In any case, thank you guys so much for joining me on my journey. I salute yours.